Super Bowl weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada. You are looking live at the Mandalay Bay Resort, all lit up and ready to host UFC 46 Supernatural. We are rocking inside the Mandalay Bay Event Center. UFC 46 brought to you by Miller Lite. This lightweight fight is a battle of two Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts. Jeff Curran takes the fight on 9 days' notice. He is set to battle with Matt the Terra Serra. Tail of the tape brought to you by Miller Lite. Jeff Curran against Matt Serra. Serra is 3 years older. The weights at weigh-in are identical, but as Jeff pointed out, Curran is much smaller. Serra will be beefed up. We will see if that becomes a definitive advantage. Steve Mazzagatti, our referee.
You ready? Bring it on.
Welcome to the UFC, Jeff Curran. Matt Serra here tonight, Joe, has something to prove.
Yeah, absolutely. This has actually been the fourth opponent for Matt Serra. Wow, Matt Serra coming in striking. Jeff Curran is thought to be the better striker, but again, fights at a lower weight class.
Matt Serra has been working his stand-up to add to the arsenal. If there was one weakness, it was his lack of stand-up.
Absolutely. He works with Ray Longo, kickboxing coach out of Long Island, and he's constantly improving everything.
Serra utilizing the knees.
Good takedown defense by Curran. Oh,
and there it is. Close guard.
Again, this is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Jeff Curran is no slouch on the ground.
Jeff Curran, black belt under Pedro Sauer. Of course, Matt Serra, black belt under
nice elbow.
Enzo Gracie. He keeps busy and starts to work the solar plex area. Half guard now.
Matt Serra's gonna pass. There's a difference in size, and there's definitely a difference in, you know, they're both Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts, but Matt Serra is a world champion black belt. There is a difference.
Matt has said he's altered his training, Joe, so opponents can't run away from his jiu-jitsu anymore. What does he mean by that?
Well, what he wants to keep guys from defending. A lot of guys, sometimes they don't engage him and they just defend, and he gets stuck in a situation where guys are just stalling, and he can't do anything to them. It's much easier to fight a guy when a guy's not trying to fight you, when you just push away and just try to defend him. And you know, he's got to come up with tactics to counter that. We'll see what he's done.
He has had quality showings in all 5 of his appearances inside the octagon. 11-3 overall in mixed martial arts.
So far, he's still stuck in Jeff Curran's half guard, but he's landing a lot of shots in there. A lot of elbows in tight, a lot of punches. Jeff Curran's doing a good job of not allowing him to pass, though. Back in the full closed guard.
Back in the full closed. Jeff Curran, as I said, was prepping for a February fight when he received the call from our matchmaker, Joe Silva, because Javier Vasquez and Menjivar and Strebent, all of them, for one reason or another, could not fight against Matt Serra. Now, to help Serra prepare, though, Joe, he received the tape on each guy. Now he's got a stack of tapes. He's got a library of possible opponents that he can refer to in depth some other time.
You know what? He's a very versatile guy, though, and he's ready to go at a moment's notice against anybody. I mean, he didn't complain. I mean, no matter what, you give him an opponent, Matt Serra's there to fight. If you change the opponent, he's there to fight. Doesn't matter.
And in all fairness to Matt Serra, each opponent a grappler, so he did not have to alter his preparation.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is in control here the first 3 minutes of round 1. That's the stuff you love. You love the way he passes guard with aggression and with an acrobatic style, if you will.
And you know what? Jeff Curran's doing an excellent job of keeping him in there. He's trying to lock up an arm. I mean, he's not just trying to be defensive. He's trying to be offensive. He tried to lock a hold of Matt Serra's arm, and he's doing a really good job of keeping him in his closed guard. Nice elbow.
And another one. That one with the left missed, though. Big Frog able to duck under the left, but he did eat part of the right elbow of Matt Serra a moment ago. Only successful passing into the half guard so far here in round 1.
Interesting thing to note about Matt Serra, his right bicep is actually half missing. He tore it a long time ago, never bothered fixing it. So if you look at his right arm, and it looks a little odd. Oh, he almost got the mount there. Good job by Jeff Curran stopping him, but he's still stuck in half guard.
2 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts displaying their ability on the ground. And if he is indeed and he is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, then Jeff Curran, as he's shown us here, is not uncomfortable being on his back. Now he's able to stand up.
Good job by Curran.
Now Curran, in the advertisement of this bout, has the better punching skills. He's trying to crank that neck of Matt Serra. And Serra wants to work the takedown.
Jeff Curran's doing a great job of keeping it up.
Has Serra done anything to push the pace? Oh, that's a nice takedown. But no, scramble.
Oh, big mistake. See Serra's guard. Oh, locks the leg. Oh, there's a difference right there.
Yep.
So that's what I was talking about. There's a big difference between just a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and a world champion black belt. Matt Serra is top of the food chain. He's got victories over Jean-Jacques Machado. He's got victories over Gomi. I mean, he's a bad dude on the ground.
For those new viewers, it might appear odd, Joe, that a man would be on top of you, but he'd rather be underneath you. But that is, again, the comfort which is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which most of the time starts from your back. For Matt Serra, indeed, this is a time in which he wants to show that he is still amongst the elite in this lightweight division. Formerly a welterweight.
He is, without a doubt. It's just a matter of figuring out a way to utilize all of his skills and develop new ones. I mean, the guy is at top, like I said, top of the food chain, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and it's just a matter of time before he figures out a way to impose that in a mixed martial arts setting. There's a certain amount of adaptation that a guy has to take when he goes from a pure grappling background to mixed martial arts. Nice. Again, with the body, he's got his back. He's got his back.
He set that up with a punch too, Joe. Set that up with a punch. He says he's training 10 times more on his striking, but it's obvious here so far that he's setting up his takedowns with the possibility of a strike.
That's mixed martial arts. That's everything. You change levels. You throw punches and take the nice. Got the mount.
Here we go.
Jeff
Can Matt Serra finish it here in full mount?
This is a bad spot, and Serra loves the back. If Curran oh, nice job by Jeff Curran, taking it back to half guard, protecting himself here. Very, very good job. But not for long. There's a battle of legs right here. Jeff Curran is working to get his legs inside and get underhooks and use his feet to hook a hold of Matt Serra's legs. Matt Serra is looking to get free and possibly mount again.
With two Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialists, this has pretty much been the chess match we thought it would be.
Yeah, and a lot of times the difference in this is how effective the strikes are utilized. They utilize strikes in order to change positions. They'll throw a punch to hurt a guy and shock him and then move his legs out. He's got side control now. Wow, Jeff Curran back to half guard. Very good job by Jeff Curran.
Well trained is Jeff Curran, taking the fight, as I mentioned earlier, on 9 days' notice. Matt Serra trying to finish and finish impressively. Trying to work that left arm. Oh, there's a big right. You could hear that one at the broadcast position.
Yeah, Jeff Curran can't take too many of those.
And then he's going to work that solar plex area to try to have Curran change his defense away from the face and to the side.
Matt's still struggling to pass his guard here. Oh.
Good left. What can Curran do?
Well, you know what? Curran's got to figure out a way to bring Matt Serra's body down and get him into full guard, or he's got to stand up. He's got to push away and stand up.
Oh.
He can't keep taking those shots.
Serra just missed with that right. Trying to tee it up again. See, now he'll work the body in hopes that Curran will give him an opening up top. Curran not doing so right now.
It's obvious when you see Matt pressuring him like this that Matt is very much a stronger fighter. Jeff's doing a good job of defending himself and protecting himself with his legs, but Matt is, without a doubt, the stronger guy.
That big right landed there, Joe.
It was a good right hand, but look, his body's all twisted sideways.
Right.
He didn't really have full impact on it. It's really more of an arm punch.
There's another arm punch and another. Nice job done by Jeff Curran. That is outstanding perseverance.
Absolutely. Let's see how long he can stay on top. This is a chess match right here. You can see these guys very careful. See, here we go. He just gets up. Matt Serra looks much physically, he looks like a much larger guy.
And he gets another takedown. 90 seconds remains here in round 2. The fight has been dominated by Matt the Terra Serra thus far.
He's stuck in Curran's guard here.
As you said, from Strong Island. He's got that reputation as being one of the town toughies, and justifiably so. First American black belt under Renzo Gracie is Serra. And now he's starting to tee off with the right again. Combinations to the midsection. Steve Mazzagatti, our referee, is right there. There's a kick and a good one, and Serra smiles. And now that will push the pace of Matt Serra.
All right, now Serra's in side control. It's a better spot for him.
He's got the fence to work with as well.
Yeah, this is a bad spot for Jeff Curran.
45 seconds.
45 seconds is a long time to be in this position with Matt Serra on top of you in side control, dropping elbows and punches down on you. Now what Curran's going to try to do is get his leg in between the legs of Matt Serra and bring it back to half guard.
Matt Serra has really used a lot of energy here trying to finish off Jeff Curran, and his pace has slowed.
There's not much on those punches. Nope, he's just trying to soften him up.
And we will take it to the third round.
Oh, he's going to go for an armbar. Oh, pretty dominant performance by Matt Serra so far.
Well, let's see if Curran can keep it standing for a while here. That might be the only opportunity he has to win this fight.
Yeah, he definitely wants to keep this fight standing up. Just how long can he? And is he too tired right now? Is he too arm-weary to throw effective punches?
Seems to be light on his feet, at least for now.
Oh, nice!
There's the
Beautiful.
combination.
Beautiful right hand.
Oh,
nice
and an
uppercut.
uppercut.
He got rocked.
Can he avoid the takedown, though?
That's a guillotine. He's stuck in a guillotine. He's stuck.
And
Pulls his
Serra
head
with
out.
that strength. You talked about the strength difference right at the top of the fight, Joe.
Yeah, well, you know what? Jeff Curran's striking looks very good. If I was him, I'd be trying to get back up on my feet again. Stand up and get out of there, man.
Run away, get back to your feet, and see if you can throw another combination, because that definitely scored points.
Oh, yeah, that rocked Serra. Serra looked rocked by a couple of those right hands.
Let's see if Matt can keep the pace he had earlier. He in Joe's mine as well. And it's dominated rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah, if Curran keeps this on the ground and keeps this a grappling match, he's going to lose. But if he can get up, right here and get out of there,
oh my!
He almost had his back.
Look at the athletic ability of these great competitors. That's not your normal gymnastics class cartwheel, is it? Not many gymnasts perform a cartwheel and then have to be careful they don't get punched in the face upon conclusion.
Well, that's a big thing about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys going into mixed martial arts, too. There's a lot of moves that they do that, you know, you just can't do when a guy's allowed to punch you, because you leave yourself exposed, and they have to alter their game. And Matt Serra has gone through a transition of altering his game for mixed martial arts.
3 minutes and 5 seconds in round 3 of 3 scheduled 5-minute rounds.
But Jeff Curran has got to figure out a way to get this fight back onto his feet if he wants to have. There, right there, stand up.
All right,
there you
here we go.
Good job. Get away, push away.
And Serra wisely closes the gap quickly.
Too strong. Jeff Curran, coming up from 145 pounds, is just having a really hard time dealing with the strength of Matt Serra and the fact that Matt Serra is a better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter.
All
His
about
strengths.
control, and he has had it, hasn't he?
Yeah, Jeff Curran's strengths are Matt Serra's strengths in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but Matt Serra's much better at it. He's really got to figure out a way to get this fight back to the feet if he wants a shot at victory. And with only 2 minutes left, it's going to be tough.
Matt wisely closed the distance, got the clinch almost immediately upon the two fighters making their way back to their feet.
Matt's stuck in Curran's full guard now.
Serra in the white trunks, in the top position as he has been for most of the duration of this fight.
He can land some shots from here in the full guard, but he would really like to be in a better position, like either the mount or side control.
They're on their feet. Curran with an uppercut. Serra again utilizing the clinch to close the distance, to try to neutralize the hands of Jeff Curran. Mazzagatti tells Serra he can't Uses hands on the fence to hold. Looking for another takedown.
Matt's just pressing him up against there. This is the chess match. Matt wants to take him down. Jeff wants to push him away.
Curran 26, Sarah a few years older. Good knee. Sarah knows control for the next 1 minute and 5 seconds is his key to victory. Curran wanted the takedown. Sarah,
a
high knee.
Yeah, this is basically just a battle right now.
You know that Matt Serra would like to push the pace a bit, but he hasn't been able to. And because of that, you have to give a lot of credit to Jeff Curran. Pretty strong UFC debut.
This is right now, this is just a battle for Matt Serra trying to take Jeff Curran down. That's all it is. Jeff Curran's trying to stand up, push him away, and Matt's just trying to drag him to the ground.
30 seconds remains, and then we will go to the judges' scorecards.
Good job by Jeff Curran avoiding the takedown, but he's got to figure out a way if he wants to win this fight. Oh, Matt's got him down. This is going to be more of the same for him. 10 seconds left.
Well, Matt wasn't able to display all the tools in which he now possesses, but display a domination in victories he was able to do.
Yeah, he definitely dominated the fight. Jeff Curran showed a lot of heart, excellent striking skills, and you know, if given a chance to bulk up and effectively move up in the 155-pound division, I think he's going to be a very successful fighter.
Thank you, Lawrence. Bruce Buffer has the judges' scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Nelson Hamilton scores the bout 30-27. Judge Cecil Peoples scores the bout 30-27. And Judge Dalby Sherby scores the bout 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Matt the Terror Serra.
This fight should be electric. Accomplished wrestler, kickboxer, Josh Thompson against Hermes Franca, another man who loves to strike. Josh Thompson is 25 years old. Hermes Franca, 4 years his senior, and gives away 4 inches, which could be a huge advantage for Thompson with the reach if this becomes a striking game. Both weigh in at 155 pounds as this is a lightweight matchup. Tail of the tape brought to you by Miller Lite. And here we go.
Touch gloves in the center. Hermes Franca definitely wants to get this fight to the ground. Even though he won his last fight with a knockout of Kyle Uno, he's not really a traditional he's not a finished striker. Josh Thompson is a much more refined striker, much more dangerous on his feet.
As I mentioned in the advertisement of Thompson, good amateur kickboxing record. He finally kicked the curse, and now he has been a regular here in the UFC a couple of times. Joe Silva tried to book him and he was injured. He was frustrated, finally got in, looked impressive in his win over Gerald Strebent. A knockout win in under 3 minutes at UFC 44 right here.
Those American Kickboxing Academy guys, they train very hard and they spar very hard. And, you know, that's one of the things that happens. You get a lot of injuries. And he's unfortunately been plagued with quite a few of them. It took a long time before he could make his UFC debut. But when he did, he was spectacular.
He's always said if I weren't in the UFC, I would be flying planes in the Air Force. And he's flying high here in round 1 thus far. Watch the kick to the groin. Landless warns Thompson it was unintentional.
I was very impressed with his debut when I saw him in the WFA, because Rob McCullough, throws a head kick and slips. Rob McCullough is a well-rounded Muay Thai striker. He's a world champion, and Josh Thompson stood on his feet with him and took him apart. I mean, it was very impressive.
Big spinning back fist a la Shoney Carter and Matt Serra. Haven't seen the spinning back fist in quite some time.
That was pretty nice. Landed with the tip of the glove, didn't quite land with the full blast, but he just shows he's got well-rounded striking skills.
Franca hasn't even seemed to go for a takedown as Thompson's really staying light on his feet here. Working in, working out, and not giving Franca a chance to shoot.
Yeah, Franca, he's got to figure out a way to get this fight to the ground. Standing out here, Josh is just going to pick him apart.
That back fist, if it would have landed, could have ended the night for Hermes Franca.
And Hermes isn't Well, there you go.
Good one.
I said that.
And a
Hermes
knee.
throws a nice right hand.
Comes over the top with it. So Hermes kind of sizing up Josh Thompson, purely the aggressor, here in the first 2 minutes plus of round one. This fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Oh, nice.
Good combination. Left hand, right leg. Don't see that in any other sport.
Again with the spinning back fist.
And Franca again was right there to defend it, though.
Josh is getting loose.
Can he get too loose here?
He can, you know, I mean, look, anybody can get caught. In the striking game, it's very dangerous. That's one of the beauties of grappling, is that once you're in control, you know, you're in control. You get a guy down and, you know, you can control his body and you can protect yourself. Striking, when guys are throwing leather, things happen.
Tried to fake with the right, came with the left. Good combination using the hands and the legs, thus his kickboxing training.
Yeah, he's very well-rounded. Nice right hand by Hermes Franca.
So Franca sizing it up and starting to counter very well.
Josh pulled away from that exchange straight back, and Hermes, oh, nice right hand counter and return.
Well, both these guys trying to come over the top with the right, a la Chuck Liddell.
Oh, that Superman punch, he loves that. He fakes a kick, and he dives in with the right hand.
Straight kick, nothing there. Good defense of a high kick again. Good variety of strikes, but Franca no worse for the wear thus far.
No, Franca looks solid. He looks like he's just kind of standing there, waiting for his time.
There's a high kick from Franca. Both defending each other's strikes. Many more thrown here in round one by Josh the Punk Thompson. San Jose, California. He says, yes, I went to college. Yes, I have a degree. He'd rather not say where. So we'll have to press him on that if he's in a good mood, if indeed he's victorious. Good knee.
Franca looks like he's just looking to counter with a big right hand. It looks like that's all he's looking to do.
Now he presses a little bit.
He scored a big right hand on Kyle Uno, knocking him out, and he might be very comfortable with that. Now we go to the ground. This is Franca's world.
And that's a big takedown. But it's a close guard situation, which indeed, as you said, could be Hermes Franca world.
Well, Josh Thompson's no stranger to the ground. He's got great submission defense and great submissions. But this is definitely a much better spot for Hermes Franca than standing with him.
Why then would Josh Thompson go for the takedown?
He's a wild man. He does whatever he wants. You know, if he wants to take a guy down, he takes him down. I mean, Gerald Streetbent is almost a pure submission guy, and Josh went right to the ground with him. He's like, I don't care, man. I'm not scared of your guard. Let's do this.
22 seconds remaining in round number one.
Block to the shoulder lock. Oh, good job reversing it by Thompson.
And again, I echo, why does he go to the ground? But a nice job done. And you said his submission defense is solid, Joe.
He's solid all around. He's very well rounded. Good elbow to the body.
Nice takedown by Franca.
Now let's see Thompson's guard. Look at Thompson going for something.
Wow.
Yeah, he's very well rounded.
Nice job by both fighters here. A fast-paced, a barn burner, as was advertised.
You know, that's two tough teams right there. American Kickboxing Academy versus American Top Team. Very tough guys.
Waiting for something dynamic to happen. I think this one might end and end suddenly.
It's not going to be that easy to take Josh Thompson down. A Stanford wrestler, excellent takedown defense. This goes to the ground if Josh chooses to take it to the ground.
And he did at the end of round one, as you said, because he could.
Yeah, and that was his choice. I mean, if he decides to keep this fight standing up, this is a bad place for Hermes Franca. Nice Superman
great
punch.
fake, good combination. And another right with the knee. The knee, and Franca is able to gain the takedown. Now let's see what Hermes Franca can do inside the guard of Josh Thompson, but he had to eat one or two on the way to it.
Yep, and that's what mixed martial arts is all about. He going for the omoplata to Hermes Franca. Now he's going for the heel hook. Hermes is trying to pass the guard. But what I was saying is that's what mixed martial arts is all about. Take advantage of the guy striking and take him down. He ate that knee, Hermes Franca did, and took Thompson down. All right, now Thompson is stuck here, and Hermes Franca's got him in side control.
Well, Thompson has won a submission fighting championship in the North American submission fighting championship before, so let's see if he can apply his submission. Now Franca is up, and Thompson is down. The Punk utilizing that 4-inch advantage even on the ground, using the legs. 3.5 minutes remains in round two. The pace is being pushed. And it's being pushed now by the Punk Josh Thompson.
Good defense by Thompson, and now Thompson's on top in Hermes' guard. Hermes is pushing off the fence here. His toes are stuck inside the fence. That looks painful. He's looking to rotate his hips and maybe lock a hold of one of Josh's arms here.
The fence is going to work against him because he is closed off on the distance to be able to do so, right?
Yeah, Josh is going to press up against him. He's throwing shots.
Different look to the fight here in round 2. More of the ground skills now being displayed.
Josh is looking to pass Hermes' guard.
Carl Uno, Rich Crunkleton, both defeated by Franca. Strebent defeated by Thompson. 2 undefeated UFC competitors. Thompson, 23-1 in mixed martial arts competition. Franca has never been defeated. He is a perfect 8-0 in mixed martial arts.
Well, if this fight keeps going the way it's going, he's going to have 8-1 after this. Hermes is rolling over. He's trying to work his guard, but to Thompson's credit, Thompson keeps him pressed up against the fence, and he's nullifying him.
See what Thompson can do here.
Hermes got a hold of a leg. Hermes, good job by Thompson defending, but Hermes does have a hold of his leg here.
Oh,
Those
that right
fists.
connected. The back fist, now he'll try to come around the other way.
Those back fists from the leg lock, that was the beginning of the end for Gerald Strebent. When Gerald was going for a leg, Josh does that, it's sort of like a backhand karate chop.
He is creative, if not always effective, in his variety of strikes. The spinning back fist, that one displayed a moment ago with the back fist. Franca's in a bad spot here. Can Josh take his back here?
But Josh is, Josh can do whatever he wants. I mean, he can take his back. It's going to be very hard to submit Hermes Franca, but it's his decision whether or not it goes to the ground. Right there, all he had to do was just back up and step away and force Hermes to stand up. He chose to take it back to the ground. It just goes to show you what truly well-rounded skills, how important that is in mixed martial arts. A lot of guys come in and they're very good at one thing. Hermes Franca is very good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Georges Thompson is much more well-rounded, in my opinion.
Says the training for this fight is 10 times harder than the last one. And afterwards, he'll train 10 times harder than that.
Good job by Hermes Franca. Getting out from the bottom.
Off the knee. Oh, he just missed with the right. Thompson wants to engage. Franca trying to swing for the fences.
Oh,
and down goes Thompson.
He falls down.
Down goes
swinging.
Thompson.
Franca's swinging with that right hand.
How good is this?
Hermes Franca's got a heavy right hand, and he knows it. He likes to throw that thing.
Straight kick ducked under the right. Franca's ready to engage.
Josh Thompson's got his mouth open. He's breathing kind of heavy here.
High knee.
Big right hand.
Oh.
Big right hand. He's rocked. He's rocked. Hermes Franca's got a big right hand.
Trying to finish. Swinging away.
Oh,
swinging away. Continuing to try to pressure Josh Thompson. A barrage of rights.
Oh.
A barrage of rights continue.
Oh, he stopped
Landless.
Oh, Larry Landless was like in the middle of stopping it there.
He tried to get his best position, did Landless. And a good job done by our referee.
Good job in not stopping it too soon. It looked like he was ready to jump in there. Josh is surviving. Hermes Franca's got lead in that right hand, man.
They are on their feet here in Las Vegas.
Hermes rocked Josh with that one right hand and kept following up. Now, did he gas himself out? He's still got 4 minutes left in this round. That's a long time when your body's burning.
That was outstanding.
Josh is in the closed guard right now. He's got Hermes in his closed guard, and he's just going to bide his time and try to recover here. And Hermes has got to recover, too. That was a big burst.
This is going to be dangerously close on the scorecards.
That was dangerously close to being a knockout right there.
Yep.
Like I said in the beginning of the round, Josh looked a little winded. He came out with his mouth open.
And as you said, you don't speak Portuguese, but now we know what they said in the corner. Go into attack mode to begin this third round. And that's exactly what Hermes Franca did.
I think you're paraphrasing.
Yes. Sometimes it takes a lot more words, though, in other languages than in English. So that may have been the only thing they said, Joe.
Right now, Josh Thompson's looking to wrap Hermes Franca up in what's called the rubber guard. He's looking to get his hands underneath. He's get his hips up high and control Hermes Franca's shoulders and keep him from punching down on him.
Larry Landless telling both fighters to push the pace or he will stand them up. And now I'm not sure to whom that advantage would go.
Well, you know, it all depends on how much Josh Thompson has recovered. Like I said, Josh Thompson's the better stand-up fighter, but you know, Hermes Franca's got heavy right hand, a really heavy right hand, and he's not afraid to throw it. He wants to end this fight. He knows he's behind. His best chance is by knockout.
First fight was in the 2001 hook and shoot competition. Franca has not been defeated inside the octagon, nor has he been defeated in mixed martial arts overall.
Josh is doing a very good job defending here. Franca has got to do something. He's either got to pass his guard here. That's the only thing. He's got to pass his guard or he's got to get to his feet. But he's not going to be able to do any damage here trapped in Josh's guard. Josh has got too good a defense. He's too good at blocking punches, keeping his hands up, constantly moving him, shifting him so that he can't get his base and punch down with any force.
These two are a force. Combined record of 31-1 in mixed martial arts competition. What a great matchup here in the lightweight division. Josh Thompson, Hermes Franca. Franca trying to get some points back here in the third round that may have been given to Josh Thompson with his striking in round one.
These guys have burned 2.5 minutes in here like this, and so far nothing's happened. Hermes Franca's got to make a move. He's behind in this fight, in my opinion, even though he's got a big round. The start of this round was big. He's got to figure out a way to pass Josh Thompson's guard. Josh is getting his hips up high again. Larry Landless warning him. Josh going up, throwing up for a triangle.
Will Hermes let him stand? Nope. 1 minute remains in round three, our third and final round.
Josh doing a good job of defending here. Hermes did not want Josh to stand up. He wanted to keep this fight on the ground, but he's got to do a better job of getting out of Thompson's guard. That's the only way he's going to do any damage. And he's got a knee in the stomach now. He's passing.
You can hear him screaming, now, now, now. They're up.
Now Josh has got a hold of his leg. Oh, they're up.
And here we go. What a final 30 seconds we're going to have.
Oh, nice knee. Knee to the body.
They're going to go toe-to-toe here for the last 30 seconds. Tape on the glove.
Stop.
They're going to cut it here. 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Neutral corner. Neutral corner.
All right, they got it already. That was quick.
You know what this is now? This is the 100-meter right here, Joe.
Crazy Bob Cook didn't waste any time there. A lot of boxing trainers, you see, they give their guys a lot of extra time. They take that glove off. Crazy Bob Cook just ripped it off because he thinks that Josh Thompson's the fitter athlete right here.
Hermes has got to engage. Another spinning back fist. That time with the left. 10 seconds. Thompson for the shoot.
Oh!
Thompson with a takedown. Both had exhausted themselves, fighting for 15 minutes, and what a matchup in the lightweight division.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge A. Bilardo scores the bout 29-28. Judge Marcos Rosales scores the bout 29-28. Judge Glenn Trowbridge scores the bout 29-28. For the winner by unanimous decision, Josh the Punk Thompson!
Now it is time for the welterweights. Georges St-Pierre makes his UFC debut against the Heat. Karo Parisian, the Armenian with a bad attitude. Georges St-Pierre against Karo, the Heat Parisian. 22-year-old against 21-year-old. Everything else is equal. The Canadian against the Armenian, now out of North Hollywood, California.
You ready? You ready? Bring it on!
Here we go. Show of class and respect. Red trunks, Parisian. White trunks, St-Pierre. 22 years old. Absolutely overwhelmed and thrilled to have a chance to fight here in the States. His first time.
Yeah, Georges St-Pierre is, he comes with a big reputation from Canada. He's very well known up there. big champion at the TKO, formerly the UCC. Supposedly a freakishly strong guy. We see him take Carl down. Carl reversing him. Danger. Carl's got a hold of an arm. George is trying to work his way out of this.
St-Pierre has been put in many bad situations.
Carl flipped him over.
Can he
he's got his arm. If he can break that arm loose, he's got a Kimura. If he can lock his arm, he can lock his hand on top of his right wrist, or his left wrist rather, his right hand on his left wrist. He wants to get a Kimura shoulder lock here. George rolls him out. He's out of danger here.
Wow. Excellent grappler is Carl.
Carl's a fantastic grappler. He's a combination of judo, Jean LaBelle's catch wrestling. I mean, judo, Jean LaBelle is just a legend in grappling, and he's got all kinds of crazy techniques and neck cranks and stuff that he adds to the judo background of Carl Parisian. Trained by Gokar Kavician as well. They've got the school, the Hayastan in North Hollywood, famous for just a bunch of animals.
Little Armenia in North Hollywood. The 21-year-old has 10 mixed martial arts victories, Joe. 8 have been by submission. He almost had another one by submission there.
This guy's 21. He's fought Sean Shirk twice, lost once to decision, once by TKO. Beat very well-rounded and well-respected Fernando Vasconcelos, and his debut in the UFC against Dave Strasser was nothing short of spectacular.
Won that one with a submission by Kimura at 3:52 of round 1. Debut for St-Pierre in the closed guard of Carl Parisian.
If you look at him, like physically, not a very imposing guy. He doesn't even really look like a professional athlete because he doesn't spend any time in the weight room. All his time is spent doing judo. He's got incredible core strength and just a great ability to manipulate his weight. Oh, good punches by St-Pierre on the top.
St-Pierre, well-rounded, loves to take his opponents down and then work towards that ground and pounder submissions. This is what he is trying to do here halfway through round number 1.
Carl's doing a really good job of keeping in his guard. St-Pierre's trying to pass, but Carl's keeping him in there.
Two men from across North America, one in Montreal, the other from North Hollywood, California.
Uh-oh,
Put on the better show.
He slipped that punch. Carl slipped that punch and tried to lock a hold of him, get him in an arm triangle. When George threw that left hand from the top, Carl locked a hold of it. He's just looking for his spot here. Carl's just looking for a spot to submit him.
Carl was originally to fight Pete Spratt, but St-Pierre beat Pete Spratt by submission and earned his opportunity to debut here in the UFC.
Pete Spratt, by a lot of people, was favored in that fight, but St-Pierre got him with a rear naked choke, forced the tap out.
90 seconds remains in round 1. This fight, as all our non-title fights, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Title fights, as always in the UFC, 5 5-minute rounds.
I get the impression that Caro is just looking for an opening here. He's constantly moving his hips and constantly looking to lock a hold of an arm or something. St-Pierre is avoiding it, but as the fight goes on, this could be very dangerous for St-Pierre. Caro's come very close to locking a hold of something a couple times. Caro's also, there he goes. See, he's just looking for an opening to grab a hold of something and submit him. This guy's a legendary grappler in Los Angeles. Whoa, big right hand from St-Pierre from the top. He's a cardio machine, too. That's how he beat Vasconcelos. It was a battle for a while, but Caro is a bulldog. He eventually just wore him down.
6 junior national judo crowns. He has added on to his arsenal, obviously, with his daily training. Started with Jean LaBelle when he was 8 years old. Gokar now his main trainer, and he is really starting to expand his game, and his game is mixed martial arts.
His game is mixed martial arts, but he is definitely a judo guy. That is his strength. He is right now currently one of the top 3 in the country in judo, and he's even considering competing in the Olympics for judo.
Final seconds of round 1, Joe. And there they are. Second round set to begin.
Oh, good left hand. Good left hand by St-Pierre, and he goes for the takedown.
Nice job done by Georges St-Pierre, and the first time fighting in the States, first time fighting in the UFC. Now he's starting to get more comfortable. Now he knows what to expect from his opponent, the Heat.
Yeah, he absolutely felt him out in the first round, and I think he feels pretty comfortable on the ground. Whether that's a mistake or not, we're going to find out.
We certainly will.
His strength is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling as well. I think Caro is the superior grappler, in my opinion. Superior submission guy.
Now, one of the questions was, could St-Pierre get Caro on his back? He's been successful in doing that.
Carl's very effective from his back, though. I mean, St-Pierre can get him from his back. Can he keep him there, and can he avoid the submissions? That's the big question. As time goes on and he gets tired, if he gets sloppy, tries to catch a breath, good elbow by St-Pierre.
Very good elbow. St-Pierre coming in with David Loiseau, as we mentioned. Normally, St-Pierre walks around at about 180, 185, so he's got a very large frame, cutting to 170 in the welterweight division to take on Parisian. He is very big.
He's very. You compare the two of them together, you wouldn't even think they're in the same weight class.
Absolutely. And can he use that to his advantage here?
Well, so far he's using it to avoid submissions, and he's staying on top and he's landing some shots, but nothing that's going to stop a fight.
Worked the midsection a few times and had hope that Parisian had brought the guard away from the face.
Caro's looking to grab a hold of a leg. Caro has devastating leg locks too. Right now he's got his right leg wrapped around St-Pierre's left leg, right arm rather, wrapped around St-Pierre's left leg. It looks like he's looking for a leg lock. If he would free up his left leg, see how he's trying to free it up and roll over?
Make him pay, make him pay, make him pay.
He's holding that leg. He's just looking to get a good lock on it.
Plenty of time remaining in round 2. Just under 3 minutes remains.
And he's abandoning the leg lock.
Oh,
Backhand. Oh.
Oh, and a big left by St-Pierre. There's a good elbow.
Nice.
Here's the ground and pound. This is what we expect to see from Georges St-Pierre.
Oh, nice, another elbow. Oh, big right
and a
hand.
big right hand.
Kyle doesn't even budge. Kid's a bulldog.
Trying to spin out.
He's scrambling, looking to move his hips to get into a better position for submission. He can't keep taking those shots, though. He's bleeding.
He is bleeding over the right eye. The right eye has been cut. Might have been an elbow there.
Oh,
another
beautiful
good elbow. St-Pierre trying to gain an advantage here. He is open to cut over the right eye.
He's got to be careful here. He's got to be careful while he's throwing these punches. If he opens up like that, Carl's going to catch him.
Carl frustrated. Mazzagatti, the referee, is right there, keeping an eye on the action, making sure both fighters are safe.
It's always a test of your concentration and your character when you get cut. That's where a lot of guys fall apart. They get cut, they see their own blood, they panic, and then they start fighting out of character. You got to keep your composure at all times. Carl's remarkably composed for a 21-year-old guy.
90 seconds remains in round 2. Oh, and a good slam. Control of this round, St-Pierre.
St-Pierre is controlling, and he's done some good damage in this round. Carl's busted up.
And again, we talked about it. Maybe he just feels a bit more comfortable here in round number 2. You know, the lights, the gate closing, the first time south of his Canadian border. Not sure what to expect, and now he has settled into his game, and he's displaying some very, very nice skills. Oh, and another big elbow
from the top. Carl's having a real hard time keeping St-Pierre's head down. He's trying to control his head to avoid those big strikes. You see him, another one. St-Pierre's a strong dude. Caro keeps wrapping his left arm around St-Pierre's head. He's trying to hold him down and avoid those strikes. But St-Pierre, to his credit, is just a stronger guy. He's pulling out of it, and he keeps landing these shots. Caro's getting busted up.
St-Pierre, a very pleasant young man to speak with the other day. Very excited about this opportunity. And here in the second round, he is taking advantage of it.
And you look at Caro through this whole thing, he's getting punched. He just looks calm. It looks like he's taking a nap. He's totally relaxed, despite the blood, despite the punches he's taking, the elbows.
Third and final round.
You ready? You ready? Bring it on.
High kick.
St-Pierre's looking relaxed. Superman punch. Takes a page out of Josh Thompson's book.
Ready to engage in return is Carl Parisian.
St-Pierre looks very comfortable on his feet here.
A pretty big gash over his right eye, Joe, but the doctor's doing a great job to stop the bleeding, at least for now. See if St-Pierre can open it up again. Ouvert, the cut.
Uh-oh. He took Carl down, but he left his arm out there. Carl will grab a hold of anything you give him. Right now, he's got Georges St-Pierre's right arm wrapped up. Now, what he's going to look to do here now is sweep him. As he's got his arm wrapped up, as they're struggling, Carl's going to use his legs. He's got a hold of it right now. He's going to look to flip him and slip him over. St-Pierre is very strong.
Trying to just power its way out of this submission attempt.
Yeah, Carl's got beautiful technique. You see how he's got his right leg inside? He's going to use that to sweep him. He's going to use his foot as a hook and get it inside in between St-Pierre's legs and try to flip him over and take him, mount him, and take a Kimura from there. See, he's getting his foot inside. Now he's going to try to roll, and as he tries to roll, he's going to try to use his foot as a hook and use his leverage to flip him over.
Which is very much what he did against Dave Strasser.
Exactly. Right now, St-Pierre's using his strength to avoid that. But how long can he keep this up? And how long can Carol hold on to it? Here's the flip. He's got to hold the arm. There's the flip. That's it. There's the Kimura.
Does he have it? Will he tap? Does he have it?
He's
Will
got
he
it.
tap?
Georges St-Pierre is a strong man.
St-Pierre fights through it using brutally good strength.
Yeah, Georges St-Pierre is very strong.
Nice call on that, partner. Nice call. Strasser could not power through that same exact submission. A good find from the former UCC, now TKO in Canada from Montreal, Georges St-Pierre.
This has got to start to be frustrating for Caro. It's the end of the third round, and he's losing this fight. He's got 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go, and in my opinion, he's getting battered. Very close to getting a submission there. That's got to be frustrating. To be back in the same position, just eating elbows and punches.
Let's go, guys. Come on. Stay busy.
2 minutes.
Big elbow. Oh!
And 15 seconds remain in the third. He may have lost the first, but St-Pierre has a chance of winning both rounds 2 and round 3 here.
Oh, big elbows.
And a little solar plex work.
Let's go.
Even the first round was very close.
Yes, absolutely.
And a matter of fact, I probably would have given it to St-Pierre.
Is that right?
He's doing what he wants to do. He's on top, throwing little punches. He's not as effective as he was in the second and third, but it was pretty close. Caro's he came close to a submission in the first and close again, much closer to a submission there, but St-Pierre, to his credit, has been able to avoid it and inflict a lot of damage. You look at the damage done, you got to give it so far to St-Pierre.
1 minute and 30 seconds remains.
Stop. Let's stand up.
And they stand him up.
Standing him up.
Steve Mazzagatti.
Excuse me. Steve Mazzagatti standing him up.
Ready? You ready? Bring it
All
on.
right, let's see what happens here. $113.
If you got to look at the way the two stand, I got to go with St-Pierre as a striker. He looks a little more comfortable on his feet.
St-Pierre dancing away from the Armenian.
Carl's just looking to grab a hold of him. There's only less than a minute to go, but you know what? Oh, big uppercut. As we've seen in the UFC many times, it's not over till it's over.
High kick.
Oh, very close.
Pulling his way forward.
That's dangerous. We've seen that with Evan Tanner when he fought Rich Franklin. Reaching in like that is a great way to get knocked unconscious. Oh, good defense by Georges St-Pierre.
30 seconds remains. Oh, a high
Jumping knee. And Georges St-Pierre goes to the takedown, and this is where it's dangerous. Caro rocks a hold of an arm. He loves to do that. 15 seconds to go. It does not look good for Caro here. Again, he's got a hold of an arm, though. Every time Georges St-Pierre takes him down, Caro immediately wraps up an arm and looks for a Kimura, but he's got no time left.
Again, we will render the judge's decision. Good fight. St-Pierre with a backslip. All right, Bruce Bumper has the judges' scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner by unanimous decision, Georges St-Pierre.
What a great debut. Congratulations, Georges St-Pierre. He defeats Carl Parisian by unanimous decision. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Goldberg. Welcome to our first ever Saturday of mixed martial arts action here in the world-famous Ultimate Fighting Championship. Tonight, two of the most decorated champions in UFC history go up against two men who many of us believe should have been world champions a long time ago. In the welterweight division, it will be potentially his sixth title defense. Matt Hughes, so dangerous, so dominant, that we had to bring somebody up from a lesser weight. BJ Penn, thinking about a chance to win tonight. And then, Light Heavyweight Championship, they meet 6 years later. The natural, Randy Couture, against the Phenom, Vitor Belfort. Heavy heart right now for Vitor. His sister is missing in Brazil. Lots of emotions going into this fight. So the question is, how will Vitor Belfort perform against the natural, Randy Couture, knowing that thousands of miles away, things are unsettled? Once again, our ways to win inside the octagon. 3 judges will score the bout. The bout duration, 3 5-minute rounds, or our 2 championship fights could go 5 5-minute rounds. A 10-point must system is in place, with the round winner gaining 10 points, his opponent 9 or less, based on effective striking, grappling, aggression, and octagon control. Lee Murray, the battling Brit, featuring no shortage of power, no lack of confidence against the fearsome Puerto Rican Jorge Rivera, gaining respect in his UFC debut. 31 years old is Rivera, 5 years older than the Brit Lee Murray. Murray does have a 2-inch advantage in the reach, and an advantage he would like to utilize. He says, you stand with me, you swim with the sharks. You might as well bring a pillow and a blanket. Only time will tell. Mario Yamasaki, our referee, and our night is officially underway. Lee Murray in the white trunks, Rivera in the dark trunks.
Good. Rivera looking to shoot, it looks like.
Tito Ortiz in the house. Oh, my.
Rivera got a hold of him.
Open up the fist.
Rivera's got him. Got a body lock on him.
Rivera said nobody hits as hard as he does at 185. He also said it's hard to avoid getting hit for 15 minutes. So he knows he's going to have to endure some takedowns, as we see here.
There we go.
But sooner or later, he thinks he can impose his game.
Clearly his game is to take Lee Murray down.
Yes.
Not take any chances with the strikes.
Well, the amazing thing with Rivera is that there's really no flash. The former construction worker, laborers, local 609 in Framingham, Mass. Very workmanlike, just as he has been brought up.
Yeah, he's a very workmanlike, tough guy. You know, I mean, he slowly and methodically picked apart David Loazo and endured some rough moments.
Great
Lee
weekend.
Murray looking for an armbar. Look at this. He's got to hold the arm. He's got his legs over.
He doesn't
if he can
talk
straighten
much
out
about
his
that.
body. I don't know how well he's got Jorge's left arm secured. It's hard to tell here. But he's got to figure out a way to straighten him out or flip him over. He doesn't have... Well, it looks like he might have it here. It looks like he's transitioning to a triangle.
Don't forget UFC.tv, your website of choice.
He doesn't have it locked in. What Lee has to do is grab a hold of his, there he goes. He got a hold of his left foot and tucked it in tight. This is a bad spot.
Can he finish? And it's all over. It's all over. Lee Murray by submission.
Whoa. Well-rounded lightning Lee Murray shows he's got ground skills to go with those nasty hands. I'm almost upset. It was a beautiful submission, but I wanted to see this guy bang.
Bruce Bumper.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner at 1 minute 45 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by tap out due to an armbar from London, England, Lightning Lee Murray.
And it was with lightning speed that Lee Murray wins by armbar in the first round, defeating Jorge Rivera. Heavyweight time 6'10" powerhouse Wes Sims has waited 7 months for another chance. Frank Mir will attempt to take this opportunity to erase any doubts. 24 years older, each of these athletes, a definitive reach advantage, but he is lighter. No more motivation to feel safe in the octagon than to have Big John McCarthy as our referee. Sims like a caged animal. The cerebral and unimpressed Frank Mir.
You ready? Let's get on!
And here we go.
Look at Sims sticking his tongue out.
Yeah, they're not going to touch gloves here. Oh, Mir wanted to throw the elbow in tight quarters. And a big takedown early.
Nice takedown.
Frank Mir wanting to work his ground wizardry.
Yeah, Mir believes he's technically far superior than Wes Sims. He thinks Wes Sims might be strong and he might be working out with wrestlers. Mount. He is, like I said, he uses small man jiu-jitsu. He's a giant 250-pound guy who uses small man jiu-jitsu. Beautiful technique.
Well, as you said, Sims is freakishly strong. Will that be enough, though, from a full mount position?
Frank Mir is a very intelligent guy, very eloquent, very articulate about his thoughts on fighting and the philosophy that goes behind it. And he thinks things out very well. He said he doesn't get pissed, as you said before, because that would mess with what he does. You know, he wants to go in there as a technician, as a warrior. Oh, he's rolling.
I finally pried it out of him, though. I said, let's say you got a submission on Sims and he doesn't tap right away. Would you like to twist it a little bit? He goes, all right, I'll give you at least that. Yes, if he does not tap, I would like to send a message.
Oh, he's got an arm. Let's got an arm.
See if he can finish it. There's that arm we talked about. Sims trying to spin out of it.
Mir's just totally controlling him here.
As he did in the first fight, Joe.
He did in the first fight until he got a little sloppy and let him stand up, and that's when he got stomped. Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Yes, and then as Mir said, he thinks Sims went into panic mode. He was getting his derriere bounced around a little bit, and he came back with an emotional response.
Perhaps, I think Sims is just a wild man. You know, I think he just got angry, and he just wanted to stomp him. He probably didn't even think. He just did it. He's rolling him over. He's got his back. Very bad spot. Very bad spot for Wes Sims here. He's flattened him out. Look to punch and take the rear naked choke now.
Frank Mir trying to make quick work of Wes Sims here in the rematch.
Mir's taking some shots there. He manages to get out of that bad spot, but now he's mounted still. Still bad.
Mir really pushing the pace here in round 1.
Mir's showing beautiful jiu-jitsu and beautiful control. Nice elbow. He's got an arm again. Let it go.
You think this is good tonight? How about when we return in April? Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, April 2nd, UFC 47. It's on. What's on if you haven't heard yet? We will share the news with you, and it's great news in just a moment. UFC 47, it's on.
Oh, looking for an arm triangle. He secured an arm. He's got an arm triangle. Very similar to the way Chemo tapped out Tank Abbott. Now Wes Sims is going to push on that arm. He's going to grab a hold of his fist and push that elbow into Frank Mir's neck to try to get some space, or he's going to go unconscious. He might be out.
Mir knows he has it. McCarthy right on top of the action.
Look at that! Wes Sims sticks his thumb out.
Saying he's fine.
If Mir wants to really finish this off, what he wants to do is get on the side. He wants to get on Wes Sims' right arm side. Switch his body over to the side to get optimum leverage, but he's lost it now.
Well, there was no doubt in the mind of McCarthy if Sims was okay there when he gets the thumbs up. Nice job done by Wes Sims.
That's the same position that Tank Abbott tapped out to, but obviously Wes Sims is a little more educated on the ground than Tank. Either that or just Frank Mir's not as good at finishing as Chemo.
But still, he is the dominant fighter here in round 1. 120 remains.
Come on, work it out.
Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, sold out. Super Bowl Saturday here at the Mandalay Bay Resort in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. UFC 46 Supernatural.
Every jiu-jitsu guy has his technique that he's just deadly in, and that might not be Frank Mir's technique.
Who's bloodied up, Joe? I see blood on the face of Mir, but it's a cut that's over the eye of Wes Sims.
Frank Mir's nose is bleeding.
It is, so both are bleeding then.
I don't remember Wes Sims landing anything significant, so it might be a pre-existing injury, or he might just bleed easy. Wes Sims can't do anything here.
As you came forth with a pre-existing injury tonight.
Hopscotch, told you. Those girls play rough.
Mir, dominant fighter here in round one. A great job done defensively by Wes Sims.
Well, Wes Sims is surviving, but he's not doing anything to get out of this position.
Big elbow by Mir. And now a left.
Come on, let's go.
Final seconds of round number one.
Completely dominant performance by Frank Mir. Wes Sims just looks like he doesn't belong in there with him right now. Oh, he's cut up bad.
Oh, my goodness.
Man. Oh, he's wobbled, too.
Here we go. Round two. How wobbled is he from round one, I wonder, though.
Nice leg kick and takedown. Oh, Wes Sims got on top there. And Frank Mir wastes no time reversing him.
Nice job done by Mir, and the hometown crowd for the hometown kid shows their appreciation of Mir's talent.
Let's see if Wes Sims has any submissions from his back here.
Close guard now instead of the full mount in which Mir possessed for the greater part of round number one.
He's very loose guard here.
Work it out, let's go.
Mark Coleman, let's go. Do you want this or not? Shouted out from his corner.
Work, come on, work.
And as you said, he was punished and punished again by Randleman and Coleman, who said, all right, big boy, you want to learn about this? And then he earned their respect.
They call him the Project, and he's a relative novice to mixed martial arts.
Hook and shoot, Absolute Fighting Championship winner, Southeastern Heavyweight Champion, formerly. Mir, prior to his UFC career, a standout in hook and shoot as well.
Come on, let's get it up. Let's get it up, don't just lay there. What about laying down?
You're just laying here and we stand up. Advantage, Sims. Sims looks very arm-weary at this point, though, Joe.
Mir's got to lock him. He's going to press him against the fence, and I bet he's probably looking to toss him. Nope, got a hold of a leg. He's going to try to suck his legs out and drag him down to the ground. Mir looks a little weary as well.
Yes, he does. And the question always is with Frank Mir, if he can't finish quickly, does conditioning become a factor?
Well, it certainly did in his one loss against Ian Freeman, but a lot of damage played a factor in that too. He hasn't taken any damage in this fight.
That's a great point. Plus, I think he trains with a much different discipline, self-admittedly, than he did prior to the fight against Ian Freeman in London.
Well, great fighters learn from their losses and come back even better.
Frank knows, he's always said it's a destination, not the journey. Success will test a man's mettle as surely as any opponent. It backfired, but now he is firing back and trying to win his third consecutive UFC competition.
And he's a young guy. He's got a long road ahead of him. He's 24 years old.
You know what? The word toughness right here with Wes Sims. Not technical, but he has a toughness.
He's an animal.
He is displaying
He's definitely
that right
tough,
now.
but this is not a good position for Frank Mir. He's just holding on, letting him, I guess he's biding his time, trying to catch his breath. Frank Mir looks very weary here. He doesn't look like he's got a lot of snap or explosiveness on his strikes, and he doesn't look like he's making any attempt whatsoever to pass Wes Sims' guard. If Frank Mir wants to win this fight, he's got to figure out a way to get out of Wes Sims' guard. These little pity punches in here aren't going to stop it.
Watch your head, let's go.
90 seconds remains here in round two as we adjust the clock for you. 90 seconds now less. Now 1:15 remaining in round two. Good elbow by Frank Mir and another, smothering the breathing pattern of 6'10", 250-pound Wes Sims. And John McCarthy stands him up again.
Frank Mir looks very, very weary right here. He looked up at the big screen to see if he could see the time. That's a bad sign.
There's about a minute left in the round.
Those
Sims.
leg kicks have nothing on them.
Oh, and a high knee. Oh, and an elbow, and a left, and down goes Sims.
That's
and
it.
It is all over. It is all over. Frank Mir has knocked out Wes Sims.
Pulls it out. Look at him. He's so tired he can barely stand. Pulls it out with a big knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Big John McCarthy has called a stop to this bout at 4 minutes, 21 seconds of the second round. For the winner by TKO, Frank Mir!
B.J. Penn moving up a weight class to try to battle the supremacy, which is multiple champion Matt Hughes.
I'm the one making this fight. You know, I'm the one got everybody excited that this fight's gonna happen.
He wants a belt so bad that he can't sleep at night. You know, the mistake he's made is he's picked my belt to go after.
I know I'm the best fighter in the 155-pound division.
A 150-pound guy that couldn't even win his weight division.
I'm going up in weight to fight Hughes. I mean, he can take it as he wants to.
It's somewhat disrespectful to move up into somebody else's weight class when you're a lighter weight.
I never went real far in wrestling in college, so I don't know how disrespectful it is.
You know, if I beat him, make an example out of him, then it won't happen again.
Would they really want to watch Matt Hughes fight again if he wasn't fighting me?
Running's running, but if you go out there and you survive the elements and you train, then mentally you're tough.
I know I'm tough. It's not something I have to do.
The easy man will go somewhere where it's warm and step outside and put a pair of shorts on and run around with no shirt on.
I could go out and train in the snow up in the mountain. No, I'm not an idiot. If I was going in cocky, you wouldn't see me running around the volcano. You wouldn't see me doing push-ups in the sand. You wouldn't see me jump off 60, 70-foot waterfalls.
I don't care what BJ's doing. I don't care where he's running. I don't care how he's training. The only thing that can beat me is me. I just don't see him having the power to knock me out or the strength to submit me.
I know I have to beat Matt Hughes, and I have to beat him bad.
It'd be embarrassing to lose to a lighter guy.
I don't even know why he's thinking about that. What he should really be worried about is what I'm gonna do to him.
After that first round, he'll walk back to his corner and he'll know he made a mistake.
Let's go, here we are. Let's go, me and you.
I will break him the first round, no doubt about it.
Matt Hughes is 5 pounds heavier. Those are official weigh-in weights. Forget about it. BJ might be 170 or 171 tonight. As you mentioned, Matt Hughes may have packed on 15 pounds of power. Welterweight title on the line. Official introductions. Veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this UFC Championship bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission with commissioners Dr. Tony Alamo, Skip Avancino, Joe Brown, and Dr. Flip Homansky, Executive Director Mark Ratner, and Chairman John Bailey. Our judges at Octagon side are Darby Shirley, Abe Bellardo, and Glenn Trowbridge. Our doctor at Octagon side is Dr. Margaret Goodman, and our referee in charge of the action is Mario Yamasaki. Our sponsor for this championship bout is Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling Miller beer. Good call. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first championship bout of the evening. This fight is 5 rounds for the UFC Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, the fighter standing to my left. This man needs no introduction, as he is the #1 fighter in the world today at 155 pounds. And tonight, he moves up in weight to be the challenger for the UFC Welterweight Championship title. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighting expert who holds a mixed martial arts record of 7 wins and 1 loss with 1 draw. standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds, fighting out of Wainuku, Hilo, Hawaii. Please welcome BJ Penn! And now, introducing the champion, standing to my right. This man is a wrestler and an expert in the Militich fighting systems. He holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 36 wins with 3 losses. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds, fighting out of Hillsboro, Illinois. And tonight, he enters the octagon to defend his UFC Championship title for the 6th consecutive time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 5-time defending UFC welterweight champion of the world, Matt Hughes.
Electrifying atmosphere here tonight at Mandalay Bay. Hughes trying to set a UFC record with a 6th title defense. BJ Penn against the fence now, up against Matt Hughes momentarily. What a matchup we have for the welterweight championship. BJ Penn and Matt Hughes. And the 3rd member of our broadcast team, we welcome in Eddie Bravo.
Thanks, Mike. You really have to admire BJ Penn in this fight. He practically begged Joe Silva, the UFC matchmaker, to put this one together. It's tough enough moving up in weight and battling people, but to challenge Matt Hughes for his belt without taking any tune-up fights is truly courageous. Mike?
Eddie, thank you very much. Eddie will be scoring the fight for us. He is octagon side. We will check in with him after each round. Mario Yamasaki, our referee.
Matt, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
We're going to find out right now if it's courageous or foolhardy.
Absolutely. Oh, a quick left jab from Matt Hughes.
Get a counter left hook from BJ. Good knee inside by BJ.
We've seen BJ striking before. How about the quick finish to Carl Uno? BJ is slippery.
BJ, in my opinion, is a superior striker. Whether or not that'll carry at 175 pounds, we'll find out. But BJ knocks a lot of guys out standing up. Brutal knockout of Dean Thomas. Brutal knockout of Carl Uno. He's got nasty hands.
Hughes wants the takedown. Hughes on his back. A wrestler does not like to be on his back.
You know what, though? Matt Hughes is very confident on his back. He's not really a wrestler anymore. He's a true mixed martial arts fighter at this point. Very confident on his back. And you know what? I mean, we might see him try to submit BJ Penn.
Matt Hughes, BJ Penn.
You got to give the advantage here to BJ, though. This is BJ's world. Oh, BJ's got his back.
Let's see what he can do here.
This is where BJ gets guys in weird style. He's incredibly flexible. Matt's trying to get some sort of a footlock on him. But BJ can take your back in weird positions because he's got incredible dexterity of his legs.
Oh, a big elbow there to the face of BJ Penn.
Nice inside elbow by Matt Hughes.
Yep. Punching from his back. And thus BJ needs to close the distance.
BJ didn't really take Matt Hughes down here. Matt kind of like went for something and wound up on the ground. I'm sure right now he regrets that.
BJ Penn now. It'll be interesting as the fight goes on to see how much Matt Hughes can just simply power through because of the strength advantage. Right now, though, BJ in the close guard of Matt Hughes.
Yeah, but Matt's not going to power through on his back. What he really wants to do is be on top and stuff BJ against the fence and maul him.
For all the news forthcoming as well as present, website of choice, UFC.tv. And we should mention over 1,500 Miller Lite employees here in attendance tonight, getting a taste of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Get your taste of a cold Miller Lite after tonight's show.
This is a huge deal having Miller Lite sponsor the UFC, and it's just the first of, I'm sure, many big corporations sponsoring what is the most exciting sport in the world.
One word for you, mainstream.
Right now, the supporters survive because of the internet and pay-per-view only. Just wait till it gets on regular television and people see how exciting it is.
Well, this night has been thus far unparalleled. BJ described this fight as this, Joe. He said, we're going to play human chicken. one guy will turn off. And he believes, of course, that Matt Hughes will turn off first. It'll be interesting to see when we get to the point that you, my partner, believe we have reached that game of human chicken.
That's a very interesting way of putting it. Human chicken. It just goes to show you how BJ thinks. He's a wild man.
He is a wild man.
Which is why he took this fight in the first place.
The Hilo boy.
Now, here's the question. Did Matt Hughes take him lightly? Matt Hughes thinks he's far too strong, far too experienced at 170 pounds, and that he's going to just go through BJ.
Generally, Matt Hughes doesn't rush to the gym. He said 3 days after his last fight, he went right back into the gym. After defeating Frank Trigg, he was back in the gym the next Monday. Matt told me that on Wednesday. He said the holidays messed him up a bit, but overall, he has trained hard for this fight.
Well, he's been accused in the past of taking fights very lightly just because he's just so incredibly talented that he can kind of skate through a fight. The fight with Sean Sherk, for instance, I heard that he only trained a couple weeks for that fight, which is just amazing when you think of how dangerous a challenger Sean Sherk is, and to train only 2 weeks for him and to completely dominate him.
Well, unquestionably, he's genetically gifted.
Not completely dominated, but win a clear-cut decision.
Yes, when BJ Penn.
Right now, he can't get off his back.
Wants to prove that he is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
Well, BJ's not doing any damage here, but he... I said that. He lands a big right hand. And he's in his half guard now, and he passed. He's mounted.
He's mounted with 45 seconds left in round 1. 45 seconds.
This is a bad spot for Matt Hughes.
Could we have ourselves an upset in the making?
This is worst case scenario for Matt Hughes. BJ on top of him, punching him from his back. BJ has got incredible back control.
BJ looking for the choke.
He's got the choke. He's down.
It's over. It's over. We have a new welterweight champion. A new welterweight champion. BJ Penn has the belt he so dearly has sought after. He has upset Matt Hughes.
Unbelievable.
The run of dominance has ended. BJ Penn is the new welterweight champion.
Wow. I am blown away. Look at BJ Penn. He's on Cabbage's shoulder and he's just smacking himself in the head. He's freaking out. Wow. Incredibly dominant performance by BJ Penn. Let's take a look at that rear naked choke. Here's the end of the fight. Let's take a look at that replay.
Let's move it, let's move it.
This BJ's in Matt's guard. We see him pass, big punch. Controls Matt's leg with his legs, mounts. Matt rolls, which is the worst thing to do. BJ's got his back.
BJ Penn became a black belt in jiu-jitsu faster than any American. And when he had the opportunity to close it out by submission with very little time left in the round, he does it.
Here we see Matt made a huge mistake. He reached for BJ's foot. Instead of defending the choke, he tried to do something to BJ's foot, like he tried to get him in some kind of an ankle lock or something.
And look at
that was it. He
a big
exposed
kiss
his
on
neck.
the lips, and Matt smiles. Bruce Buffer, we have seen a shocking development inside the octagon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner at 4 minutes 39 seconds of round number 1. For the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke. And now, the new undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, BJ
Wow. And he said the belt wasn't important. He cannot contain his emotions, Joe.
BJ, congratulations. I know you're unbelievably emotionally freaked out right now. Can you believe what you just did?
Yeah, but when you work so hard for something and then you finally get down it.
BJ, so many people doubted you going into this fight. They thought that Matt Hughes was too big. Did that help fuel you?
I know I'm the best. I know he couldn't even take me down and stuff. Matt was the best champion, the #1 pound for pound. He's everything, an idol and everything. And when we were fighting even, I was like, I'm fighting one of my idols right now in the ring, and I don't even know what I did today right now.
BJ, let's take a look at the end of the fight. Walk me through this.
I hit him. I was like, oh, this is gonna be just like another one of those times where the guy gets out and I gotta keep beating him up, but he tapped.
Now, we're gonna take a look at you celebrating afterwards.
I don't even know if I deserve this thing, man.
Oh, you deserve it without a doubt.
I just wanna, Mom, Pop, I know you're here. I love you.
BJ, look at you on top of Cabbage celebrating.
To be the best, Momir Pekovic told me to be the best, you gotta be one crazy son of a bitch, and that's the truth.
You certainly are that. BJ Penn, ladies and gentlemen.
I wanna thank everybody who helped me train for this fight. Everybody.
Back to you, Mike.
Overwhelmed and justifiably so with emotion, BJ Penn has what he dearly wanted. He has the title of best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and just as a bonus prize, he finally gets the UFC belt. Joe Rogan.
I know that's a tough defeat. What's going through your mind right now? Talk us through it.
Biggest thing going through my mind now is the pressure's off. You've got no idea when you win 4 or 5 in a row and everybody's gunning for you, and I'll walk out of this octagon with a smile on my face, to be honest.
What does the future hold for Matt Hughes now? What do you do now?
I don't know what goes on next. Dana White and the UFC will come up with that. They asked me if I wanted a direct rematch, just like before. I've never asked for an opponent. Whoever the UFC puts in front of me and whoever they deem is the best opponent for me, that's who I'll fight next.
You know what, Matt? You're a true champion, and true champions always grow from losses, and I'm sure that's going to happen with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your great fights in the octagon, and look forward to seeing the future. Matt Hughes, ladies and gentlemen.
This was once a welterweight fight. It is now a battle in the middleweight division. Verissimo and Newton have agreed to fight at 175 pounds. Newton is back in the UFC. 27-year-old Newton is 3 years younger than Verissimo, and there you see the adjusted weights, which was a classy thing for Verissimo to allow to happen.
All right, here we go to our referee, Larry Landless.
You ready? You ready? Let's rock and roll.
Carlos looking to take him down right away. He's got a body lock. Ceruto's defending. Carlos has got him down. Ceruto's back up. Good takedown defense by Verissimo. He's got double underhooks here on Newton. Oh, Newton's got him down. Now, Carlos Newton's jiu-jitsu is a little bit different than your standard Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He actually trained, is more of a Japanese form of jiu-jitsu. He trained up in Canada. And he considers himself a Ronin because he really trains with a bunch of different camps. He's got a very varied style of grappling. Ceruto, pretty much a straight Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt with some excellent striking to go with it.
Action.
Carlos stuck in Ceruto's closed guard.
Carlos in the white shorts. So much like Frank Mir, really, in the cerebral approach that he brings to this fight game.
Absolutely, just a bit more experience. Quite a bit more experience, actually, than Frank Mir.
Yep.
Let's go. Action. Let's go.
And quite a bit more conditioned as well.
13 mixed martial arts victories for Carlos Newton in his very impressive career. He once said, "I'm a scientist, and mixed martial arts is art." He discusses the mechanical physics and the psychology of beating other human beings up.
He's a very unusual guy to see fighting in a cage.
Yes.
Really soft-spoken, very calm, kind guy, really friendly, but really enjoys beating the crap out of people.
and he's pretty good at it.
He's fantastic at it. I mean, the guy's resume is a who's who of mixed martial arts. Renzo Gracie, Pele, Anderson Silva, Dan Henderson. This guy's fought everyone. Oh, Ceruto's very close to getting an armbar here. He's got his legs locked over Carlos's body, over his shoulder. He's got the shoulder lock, and he's looking to extend it on
and
here.
he throws a couple of good rights in the process.
Good job defending it by Carlos.
Carlos using his strength to pull out, but he ate a right in the process.
Ceruto shows a very excellent guard there.
Ceruto, again, as we've talked about, is BJ Penn's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu trainer. And as you said, quite appropriately, Joe, that in itself tells you something.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, BJ Penn. Oh, look at this. Nice sweep. Beautiful. In the mount. Whoa. Beautiful sweep by Ceruto.
Ceruto trying to tee off little ground and pound full mount.
The question about Carlos Newton has always been, who does he train with? Oh, he's got his back.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's got it.
Watch the back of the head. Watch the back of the head.
Larry Landless warning him to not punch the back of the head. Ceruto stretches him out.
Watch the back of the head.
Nice punches from the rear mount.
Sides only.
What I was saying before he almost took him there is that the question about Carlos Newton has always been, who is he training with? You know, he's not training in a camp like Militech. He's not training with American Kickboxing Academy or American Top Team. Does he have top flight guys to train with? We know Ceruto does.
Absolutely.
He trains with BJ Penn.
Two similar sets of skills displayed here in the octagon tonight. A new welterweight champion has been crowned in BJ Penn. Now his instructor is trying to take it to Carlos Newton. And for all the updates, all the post-game quotes, all the previews for It's On UFC 47, website of choice, UFC.tv. Ceruto impressive here in round one. 50 seconds remains in round one.
Ceruto's showing excellent control. Carlos is doing everything he can to try to roll out of this, but he's having no success. Looks like he's got, very close here, he got an arm across the throat. Carlos is defending, but he can't shake Ceruto off his back. He rolls right into the mount.
And he eats another combination. And he shows his back instead again. But he only needs to survive, at least for now, 25 more seconds.
Ceruto is showing a skill level far beyond 4 bouts. I mean, very impressed with him at this point. He's got Carlos back.
Uppercut.
Carlos trying to control his arm.
Carlos is going to survive this round, and I think the word is survive. Final seconds ticking away. Oh, left at the bell.
Impressive first round for Ceruto.
You ready? You ready? Let's rock and roll. Let's go.
Larry's doing a great job tonight. You know, he's very focused. You can see that.
Good left hook by Carlos Newton. He's got double underhooks. He's going to try to take Ceruto down again. Good takedown defense by Ceruto.
Newton.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Ceruto takes him
has
down.
some skills.
Oh, he's awesome. I'm very impressed. I mean, Carlos Newton is what most people consider a grappling master, and he's really getting tooled here.
Watch his fingers.
You know, it's funny, when Verissimo was asked what was his job before he started fighting, he said, coaching jiu-jitsu in Hawaii. Well, I think that's kind of fighting, as you found out.
Yeah, I guess it's always been.
Yeah, it's always been this game of Brazilian jiu-jitsu against the submission and punching ability of a believer in self-discipline, Carlos Newton.
He's incredibly long for a welterweight, too, at 6'1". Yes. You know, he's got fantastic leverage and really composed. I mean, this is a guy fighting in the UFC for the first time, and he's only had 4 previous mixed martial arts bouts. Most guys come in a little shaky, and to come in against a top-flight guy, former UFC welterweight champion, and just dominate him like this is just unheard of. Ceruto's stuck in Carlos Newton's half guard here, and what he's going to look to do probably is throw some punches to distract him and then pass and mount him again.
Coming up next, the main event, Randy the Natural Couture against Vitor Belfort 6 years later for the Light Heavyweight Championship. 3:23 remains in this 175-pound match, second round. Officially a middleweight matchup, but both agreeing to stop it at 175.
Not much damage being done here on top by Ceruto. He's covering Carlos's mouth here to try to stop the bleeding and to distract him to mount. There he goes. He's trying to get his leg through.
You know, one of the questions we had coming into tonight, could Carlos Newton prove worthy to face Matt Hughes for a third time? Well, wow, has the picture changed right in front of our eyes this evening.
Yeah, unbelievably. I mean, Matt Hughes gets submitted in the first round, and Carlos Newton is getting dominated by BJ Penn's instructor.
Renato Verissimo. Believe in the Hawaiians, our theme thus far tonight.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? How about Hawaii? Wow. One island. You got Cabbage, you got BJ Penn, Ceruto. There's a bunch of bad dudes living in Hawaii.
There's no question.
You would think it's so beautiful there, no one would fight. You know, you just kind of hang out on the beach and drink margaritas, but I guess not. I guess dudes get a little bored of that and start beating the shit out of each other.
The fighting Hawaiian spirit has cut open Carlos Newton. Carlos Newton is bleeding.
He passed. Ceruto's passed. He's inside control now. Carlos got him back in full guard.
Oh
good job by Carlos
but
Newton.
a good shot.
He's taking some shots, but those aren't anything that's going to take him out. They suck and they hurt, but it's not going to take him out.
Stop. Let's go on your feet.
On the feet, they will go.
On the feet. Larry Landless forcing the action. Carlos Newton looks very flustered.
Yep, he's flustered. He's weathered. Let's see if he gets those legs back.
Good jab by Newton. Whoa!
Oh, high kick. He ducks under.
Good body
and
shot.
Goes to the body. Oh, and a big knee. And Carlos flips out of it. Carlos went with the uppercut going midsection. And Ceruto presses it.
I don't think Carlos looks frustrated. I don't think he expected to be dominated like this on the ground.
Wow.
That was a very easy takedown for Ceruto. Just a simple leg trip.
Well, as you said, he's only fought 4 times in mixed martial arts, Joe, but he's never lost. Former gold medal national champion in Brazil in '96 and '97 was Verissimo. 96 silver medal world championship, 98 silver medal Pan Am championship, all in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
There he goes, he passed. I was just about to say Carlos Newton's legs were wide open. Ceruto could pass it easily. It looks almost like Carlos Newton is kind of giving up. It looks like he's getting very frustrated.
Well, this is not the way he wanted to return to North America.
Absolutely not. I mean, Renato Verissimo looks like the guy who's got all the experience. If I had a guess, if I didn't know anything about these two guys and I watched this fight, I would think Renato's the guy with 20 fights and Carlos is the relative newcomer. And Renato just looks so calm and relaxed too. Wow.
Final seconds of round 2.
Again, Carlos Newton is an incredibly talented guy, but the question has always been amongst mixed martial arts insiders is who's he training with? He's got his back. Renato's got his back.
Look at the time, Joe. Look at the time. 7 seconds.
7 seconds to go. Carlos is going to ride this out.
Again, he had to ride one out at the end of round 1 as well. Verissimo is in control. Set for the 3rd round.
You ready? You ready? Let's rock and roll. Let's go.
Carlos has got to do something to pull this out, whether it's keeping on his feet and strike.
Keeps
not with his hands down like that. He's not.
He was just rocked.
He came out with his left hand just really low.
Oh, and a knee now delivered, and down goes Newton again.
Newton looks very frustrated and flustered here. He's really losing his composure.
Verissimo is magnifico so far here tonight. That didn't
Again
make
with
any
the play
sense.
on words.
Yeah, but that one I messed up. Magnifico. Sorry.
That's all right, man.
Sometimes you got to swing on the slider and see if it works.
You got to see what happens.
That's right.
Roll the dice, baby.
Just rolling up to that point too, huh?
Yeah, Carlos does not look good here.
No.
He's not attempting anything. He's just hanging on.
And who knows if the delayed travel and everything he had problems getting into town this week had something maybe to do with it.
I'm sure maybe it had something to do with it, but Carlos is a professional mixed martial arts fighter, and he should be prepared to fight in the biggest event in all of mixed martial arts. I mean, you don't come into the UFC with any excuses or any potential excuses. You do what you got to do. He had a whole day to rest up and refuel, rehydrate himself. And I think what we're looking at is Ceruto is an incredibly talented fighter. And Carlos Newton is just not used to this. He's not training with guys like this.
Stop, let's go, on our feet, on our feet.
On the feet.
Good job by Larry Landless.
So BJ Penn is now a world champion, and Verissimo is 3.5 minutes from winning his UFC debut.
I don't like seeing Carlos like this with his hands down.
Oh, why?
He looks tired, and he looks like he's going to get cracked.
Oh, and he did again. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. He leaned down, and the knee came up. And Newton was out for a moment. He was stunned.
Good job by Newton taking him down. Very good job by Newton.
Carlos
This
can
is
take a punch.
Carlos' chance.
He can take a shot because that was a big knee.
He took a huge knee against Pele when he fought in Pride.
Yep.
And they just gave him the thumbs up.
Let's go, Tom, man. I gotta use it.
He's got to do something with this. He's finally got Ceruto in a good position. He's got to do something. He can't just lay on him like this. He's not doing anything. Larry's going to stand him back up. All right, Carlos has got head and arm control. It looks like he's going to try to mount.
The only thing Carlos can do here is finish this fight somehow.
He's got to find a way.
Or he's going to lose in the scorecard badly.
Yeah,
badly.
He's got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to try to finish Ceruto, and I don't see how he's going to do that.
You know, he's got to try to submit a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu expert who is much less winded than he is.
I think right now he's enjoying this control, trying to catch his breath, and he's probably scared to make a move to lose the position and get stuck in a bad one again.
All right, well, now they're up.
Now they're up. Good job by Ceruto standing up and taking him down. Nice. I am very impressed with Ceruto.
Ceruto has been training since 1993 when he quit playing water polo and started jiu-jitsu because his friends were doing it at the time.
There's a contrast.
Yeah, man.
Sports.
Wow. Everything fell together when BJ Penn started his UFC career. He became more interested because of BJ helped as much as he could, and Joe Silva said, all right, there's got to be somebody else, a brainchild behind BJ Penn's jiu-jitsu skills. He gets a shot, and he's definitely taking advantage of it.
Yeah, we didn't know much about Ceruto besides the fact that he was BJ Penn's instructor until we saw him fight UFC veteran Gil Castillo, and he just completely dominated him. You know, whether we, you know, and then there's a thought, well, did Gil Castillo take him lightly? Is he really that talented? But clearly, he's that talented. Very impressed.
Under a minute remains in the third and final round.
Let's go, action, let's go. Action, action.
Nothing Carlos can do on this night.
Yeah, Carlos isn't even trying to do anything. I mean, I don't know how he thinks he's going to win this fight with 30 seconds left just lying there. He's got to take a chance. I mean, better to, you know, get submitted than to just lie there and wait the timeout.
Which is what is happening here.
Which, by the way, is very easy for me to say here with a headset on.
Wow. Based on your face, this is where you should be, son.
I told you, man, hopscotch gets rough.
I know.
Those little girls don't play, man. You take their chalk, they beat your ass. Uh-oh. He's got, it looks like Ceruto almost had him in a head and arm, man.
Well, you know what? He's going to win a unanimous decision.
Clearly and easily.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Nelson Hamilton scores the bout 30-27. Judge Marcos Rosales scores the bout 30-27. Judge Glenn Trowbridge scores the bout 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Renato Ceruto Bellissimo.
Been a fantastic evening so far. The world has been shocked. Well, as I said before, part of the world, BJ Penn upsets Matt Hughes.
Man, you know, I thought BJ was going to have a hard time going into this fight. I knew he's incredibly talented, but that was just phenomenal. And, you know, Matt Hughes, what can you say? I mean, he's been a dominant champion. I'm sure he's going to learn from this. I'm sure he's going to be back better than ever.
As he said, the pressure is now off, and the pressure is on the competitors in our main event of the evening for the Light Heavyweight Championship belt. 40-year-old Captain America, Randy the Natural Couture, against Vitor the Phenom Belfort. It is the main event of the evening. The Ultimate Fighting Championship, live tonight from Las Vegas, Mandalay Bay Events Center. These two competitors absolutely are outstanding. Vitor Belfort against Randy Couture, the Light Heavyweight Championship is forthcoming. You know, 6 years ago, he was a phenom, but it was Randy Couture who was phenomenal. Now tonight, Randy Couture has said Vitor's more mature, he'll be more prepared, but I am better than ever.
Belfort is the winner! Just time 10 goes down. Belfort continues to pop away. But that'll be enough! That will be enough! Vitor Belfort has not come out to the octagon. He was given his cue. And we have seen this often in boxing matches where a fighter will stay in the dressing room to ice his opponent.
It kind of worked against him because the first thing that entered my mind when he didn't come out was that he was nervous, that he was scared.
No, I wasn't afraid. I was sick. I was sick.
How will this affect a veteran such as Randy Couture waiting in the octagon?
This won't bother Randy.
I was relaxed, I was smiling, I was in that right place.
He's actually laughing, and he feels as though this tactic isn't going to work.
Couture has landed a bunch of punches to the face of Vitor. Couture continues to pummel away at Vitor Belfort. That's it. A stunning upset.
I learned a lesson when I fought Randy. Randy taught me a lesson.
The fact that I beat him before when he was the phenom and pretty much tearing everybody up is one hurdle that he's got to get over.
Sometimes in life, when you lose, you get more than a win, because in the future you learn with the losses. Every day when I train thinking, doing my best. To be a fighter, you gotta be focused, you gotta have determination, you gotta have the dedication, you gotta have will.
I'm preparing just as hard or harder for this fight than I have for any other. At this point in my career, I'm fighting as well as I've fought. The cat's kind of out of the bag for me now. I'm probably not going to be the underdog anytime soon in any of my fights.
Now I think in this fight, I am the underdog.
I think he's still a very talented fighter. He's explosive, he's got great hands, he's got a good ground game.
It is over. That is the old Vitor.
Now, I'm here, I'm back.
It's going to be a good fight. I'm ready to go.
And our main event brought to you tonight by Miller Lite. Over 1,500 Miller Lite employees in attendance tonight here at the Mandalay Bay Event Center. I will tell you one thing. This has the potential of being the greatest Vitor against the greatest Randy.
Absolutely. I mean, Randy's the guy who originally took the wind out of the sails of Vitor. Vitor was thought to be unbeatable. Randy destroyed him. Vitor's made a comeback, and now Vitor is back in top form. You saw him against Marvin Eastman. He's the Vitor of old, explosive, dynamic, in fantastic shape and focused.
Speaking of dynamic shape, explosive, and somewhat handsome as well. There he is. We'll get him to smile. Ken Shamrock.
Did you say handsome?
Champion. I did. I just wanted to see if you were listening. You're welcome.
I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Now, it's always a pleasure. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. What do you think you may see in this fight tonight?
Well, it's hard to tell, but Vitor's got to come out. His strongest asset is being physically and mentally sound, especially mentally. The only way he loses is when he beats himself. He's got great speed in his hands, got great power, he's got a good defense to a takedown, and he's pretty good at defending on the ground. He has to make Randy, in my opinion, cut the ring off, make Randy come straight on at him, and don't back up. Don't let Randy back him up. He's got to back Randy up. That's how he's going to win this fight. Randy, on the other hand, can't come straight in. He's got too strong a knees, he's got quick hands, he's got to circle, try and get him off balance, and then shoot.
All right, let's break down the fight in depth. Your keys, Joe and Ken.
Most important, I think, for Vitor, he's got to keep this fight standing. Let's go to the keys to victory right here. Most important, Randy's got to nullify Vitor's strikes. He's got to move outside of Vitor's distance. He's got to fake him, get inside, work the clinch.
He's got to use angles. He has to use angles, got to circle around. Don't let him come, if he comes straight in, he's gonna get hit with knees and punches. Randy has to use angles.
Randy wants to work the clinch. Randy's a master of dirty boxing. He likes to grab the back of your head and blast you with uppercuts. That's one of Randy's best strategies. He's a Greco-Roman wrestler, very strong inside the clinch.
One of the things that Randy or Vitor has to do is when he's on the ground, he's got to get up, he's got to give up position, he's got to get to his feet. He can't stay on and play the guard because Randy will just ground and pound him. He's got to give up position, take chances, get to his feet.
One other thing Randy's got to do, ground and pound. He's the champion at that. He fought Tito Ortiz, who was probably the best ground and pound fighter in the business before he fought Randy, and just dominated him at his own game. That's what Randy wants to do. He wants to take Vitor into deep water.
Well, I think what has to happen here, I agree with you there, he has to control him on the ground. He has to not let him get to his feet and establish his punches.
So those are the keys from Joe and Ken in the instance of Randy Couture. Vitor Belfort obviously will have a different type of game plan. And if Vitor fights, as we said before, like he did against Mandalay Silva or Marvin Eastman, then Randy had better be prepared.
Oh, absolutely. Vitor Belfort is the most devastating striker we've ever seen in the UFC. Vitor's keys to victory. He's got to get off first. He can't let Randy control the pace. He wants to come and barnstorm him. That's the best Vitor.
What Vitor has to do is he's got to control the round on the feet. He's got to force Randy to come straight on, cut the ring off, make Randy come straight at him, use those powerful knees and those powerful hands.
Vitor's got to keep the fight standing. He doesn't want to go to the ground with Randy. I mean, Vitor's a jiu-jitsu black belt, but Randy Couture, he'll dominate him if he gets Vitor on the ground. He wants to keep the fight standing and strike and try to cut Randy up.
What Vitor Belfort has to do is force Randy, like I said, cut the ring off, and come straight in, use his knees and his punches. You see what he did against Marvin Eastman? Very powerful upright knees.
Vitor's got to use his jiu-jitsu to survive on the ground. Once he gets Randy on top of him, if he gets Randy on top of him, he can't let Randy pound him and drop those big elbows down on him. He's got to control him and somehow get to his feet and survive.
Okay, one thing Vitor has to do is circle, keep Randy, cut the ring off, and come straight at him, but stay on his feet. If he does get taken to the ground, he has to give up position, get to his feet.
This is what my partner in the UFC Hall of Famer, Ken Shamrock, think as we break down the fight. Ken will help us call this fight for the Light Heavyweight Championship. So you've heard from one Hall of Famer, and by the way, one celebrity. Bruce Buffer said we have a celebrity-packed house tonight. What do those members of our UFC audience think we will see in this title matchup?
You know, I'm not a big Team Quest fan. In fact, I hate Team Quest, but I got to go with the natural in this one.
I'm going to go with Randy Couture. I think he showed me something the last UFC that I was here. He showed me he's a KG veteran. He has a lot of ground grappling skills, and I think he's going to take it to him today.
I mean, they're both great. They're both great fighters. I think I really like Randy's style. I like his experience. You know, it's exciting too to see a fighter of his age be able to like mix it up in the manner that he does, and to be such a great champion and to have such a great heart. And I like his humbleness as well. So for me, I have to go with Randy. Although I think both of them are great fighters. You know.
My prediction for the fight tonight is Randy Couture because. He's got the experience. He's 41. He proved that he's a top dog out there. Belfort's got to punch his chance. And plus, Randy's also a fellow Cast Odds member, so I'm definitely going for Randy.
I'm rooting for Randy Couture tonight because I think he's a champion with a humble spirit and a warrior's heart. And I think that he's a deserving champion.
I'm picking Randy. He's beaten him once before, and if he executes his game plan, he's going to win it. I mean, I'm not counting Vitor out, but I'm thinking Randy's the favorite.
Well, there you heard it, and it truly is a very mellow man with a great spirit, but a fighter's heart, as he has displayed over and over again, as Randy Couture gets set to try to defend what is now his light heavyweight championship against the phenom Vitor Belfort.
Belfort, Brasil, Belfort, representando o Brasil, faça barulho para receber o guerreiro, Vitor Belfort.
Well, we talked right at the top of the show tonight that he has his sister on his mind, he has his sister on his heart, literally. Priscilla. Our prayers are with Vitor and his family for the safe return of his sister. Our prayers and our heartfelt thoughts as he thinks about trying to defeat Randy Couture and winning a belt for the first time in his fighting career.
It's an incredibly difficult thing to fight in the first place, in a cage in front of thousands and millions of people on pay-per-view. How hard is it to fight when someone you love so dearly is missing and you don't even know where they are? I mean, Vitor's a courageous guy for taking this fight under this time of duress.
Ken, how can he, if he can, stay focused?
Well, I tell you, Vitor Belfort has always had a questionable mind. Sometimes things get to him and it ruins his game plan. I don't know how this will affect him, but the last fight he didn't seem to have anything effective, but it went short, so I'm not sure where he's at. I hope that he can put this behind him and use this as a tool to generate some fire in him and give him some confidence, come out and fight. We'll see a great fight if that happens.
And even as much as Randy Couture respects Vitor Belfort, and he does, when asked about Vitor, when I talked to Randy a couple of days ago, he said, Vitor's mental, echoing your point, Ken, is always a question. So Randy will go against Vitor. In many ways, the most mature Vitor ever. He just got married. And as Jesus said, marriage makes you complete. He's more mature. He's 6 years removed to the loss. But yet, it will only be told in time how Vitor will react to the things happening thousands of miles away. And here we are, set to welcome back the UFC Light Heavyweight Champion, Randy, the Natural Couture.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Captain America, and hope to 40-year-old men all across the world. Who would have thought that this guy at 40 years old would be coming into his prime? More impressive in his last 2 bouts than he's been his entire career. Better stamina than guys decades younger than him. Improving his game constantly, improving his striking, improving his grappling. I mean, the guy's a phenomenon.
Married at age 18, has 2 older children, 21 and 19 years old, Ryan and Amy. And now they've added a newborn, Caden, who's 9 months old. I mean, you want to talk about a true rebirth? He's done it at home as a father as well as a mixed martial artist. Debuted in 1997 at age 34 in the 4-man tournament at Ultimate Force. His next appearance in the octagon was at Collision Course, UFC 15, on October of 1997 when he defeated Vitor Belfort by TKO. Randy, the Natural Couture, calls this, and every time you ask him, simply a competition. The Natural is back, as is his opponent tonight, the Phenom. Our tale of the tape, brought to you by Miller Lite. Miller Lite beer, great beer, good call. 15 years his elder is Randy Couture. Vitor Belfort is 25 years old. Vitor can throw him though, and as Randy has admitted, hand speed is an advantage that Vitor possesses in this fight. Our tale of the tape brought to you by Miller Lite. For the official introductions of tonight's main event of the evening, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this UFC Championship bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, with commissioners Dr. Tony Alamo, Skip Avancino, Joe Brown, and Dr. Flip Homansky. Executive Director Mark Ratner, and Chairman John Bailey. Our judges at Octagon side are Dr. Nelson Hamilton, Marcos Rosales, and Cecil Peoples. Our doctor at Octagon side is Dr. Margaret Goodman, and when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon is Big John McCarthy. This event is sponsored by Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling Miller beer. Good call. And now, live from the sold-out event center here at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, it's time for the main event of the evening. This fight is 5 rounds for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first the fighter standing to my left. This UFC warrior is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu and boxing expert who holds a mixed martial arts record of 11 wins with 3 losses. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, please welcome the Phenom, Vitor And now, introducing the champion, standing to my right. This man is a world-class Greco-Roman wrestler and mixed martial arts fighter. He holds a mixed martial arts record of 12 wins with 5 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighed in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of Gresham, Oregon, this UFC warrior is the only fighter to move down in weight to capture a UFC championship title in a different weight class. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former 2-time UFC heavyweight champion and the current undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Randy the Natural Couture.
Prior to fight number 1, Randy had spent 3 weeks with a boxing coach.
I've been giving you instructions in the locker room. I want you to protect yourself at all times, obey my commands. Do you have any questions from the challenger? Any questions from the champion? Fight clean, fight hard, fight fair. Good luck.
Here we go.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting to see what Randy does first. I think Randy has to immediately try and get him to the ground. If he tries to punch with him, he's fighting the wrong game.
Vitor looks remarkably relaxed and composed, very unlike him. He usually looks very nervous and excited before a fight. He looks so calm right now.
Don't forget, Eddie Bravo will score our fight along with our fans at home and those logged on at UFC.tv. Here we go. Light Heavyweight Championship is underway. He's going to want to close the distance, as you gentlemen pointed out in our keys.
He doesn't want to back up. He needs to circle, press him, throws a couple jabs. Right there, he should have been punching.
That's what he wants right there.
Yeah, if he can do this and he can keep on his feet for a while, more of a chance to
Randy's
land a
wincing
solid
like something
Randy
happened.
is wincing
like
big
something
time.
happened in his eye.
That is, Randy might have got poked in the eye there. Randy is wincing in pain.
That's not good, because if Vitor sees a weakness, that's confidence. And when Vitor builds confidence, it's trouble.
Yeah, Randy looks like there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah. Did he tweak a knee or something? They're going to call a timeout. And John McCarthy's going to check it out.
First punch, he said something happened. You know, let's take a look at the replay.
Looks like you got a finger in the eye.
You know what? That's one of the unfortunate side effects of these gloves.
Right there, just clipped his eye.
Just clipped his eye. I hope he's okay.
Oh no.
Well, I will say this.
Be kidding me. They're going to stop the fight.
They've got to stop the fight.
Oh my God.
They have stopped the fight.
You got to be kidding me. Wow. What a huge letdown. His eye's really bad. Wow.
Well, I will say this, that Vitor did look confident. And from what I've seen in there, when he was throwing his punches, he pushed him against the fence, he looked pretty confident. I think that would have been a great fight. And hopefully we could put this together quickly again. Maybe somewhere it has to happen again quickly. That's just a shame.
There's no question that it will.
Yeah, let's
and you know what? And Vitor doesn't want it like this. There's no question Vitor doesn't want it like this, Ken.
Let's take a look at the punch that caused the damage. It looks like it just grazed his eyeball.
It's like a little finger that came across his face, clipped his eye, because it didn't hit him. So it must have been a part of his finger coming out of there, caught him in the eye.
Tough to see it from that angle.
Randy's still trying to talk to the doctors. Dr. Margaret
It looks
Goodman.
like it just grazed the eye. It could have easily been the glove. It just barely touched it. Sometimes a grazing punch can cut you a lot better than a punch that slams you straight on.
Yeah. This right here is...
You're going to get a clear look at it here. That left hand, yep, just grazed his eye. Wasn't a finger, it was a punch, but...
Man, that's a shame.
Oh, look at Randy, can't even open his eye. Now let's hope that he doesn't suffer permanent damage from this. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate the fight was stopped, but let's hope Randy's eye's okay.
Man, that's, you know, these things happen, man, and when they do, they just tear your heart out.
Okay. What a huge disappointment to train for months for this and to have it all be ended by a grazing punch.
And you know, it's especially for Randy and Vitor too. It's kind of an empty feeling.
There's no question, Ken. You know what? I sit here as a fan, as you are, a Hall of Famer and a fan as well,
yes.
and I've got an empty feeling in my heart. And as I said before, Vitor doesn't want it like this.
No,
you know this will happen again.
And you know, all the things that Vitor went through to get to this fight with his sister, and the things that Randy had to sacrifice with his kids and his family to get prepared for this fight. And then for this to happen, you know, for both of them, although it's a little more satisfying for Vitor with the things that he's been through, and the pressure has gone off of him now, but, you know, it's not a fulfilling feeling for him. And for Randy, definitely, he's going to leave with an empty heart, and it's just a shame. But, you know what, this is the things that happen.
Well, you know what, as you could see from the shot a moment ago, Vitor, this is not a man celebrating. And you know what, Vitor has a great belief in the man upstairs. He's got a great belief in God, and perhaps this is just the big man's way of saying, maybe, with everything going on in Vitor's mind and heart right now, maybe this fight just needs to happen another time. A corneal abrasion has stopped the fight. Vitor Belfort and Randy Couture. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to a punch, there was a very dangerous cut on the lower eyelid that was torn into the eye. On the doctor's recommendation, referee Big John McCarthy has put a stop to this contest, declaring the winner and new UFC Light Heavyweight Champion of the world, the Phenom, Vitor Belfort.
Well, what was such a truly exciting and inspiring night ends in a bit of disbelief. A corneal abrasion. And you know what, Ken, you've been in plenty of these competitions. As the doctor examined the eye, if all of a sudden he can't see out of the left side, then he can't block a punch with his peripheral vision. You cannot put our competitors in danger.
Well, let me tell you, when I had a fight with Tito Ortiz, I had a cut over my eye, and that wasn't dangerous, but the blood running down into my eye, I couldn't see. So understand what's happening with Randy Couture with that cut in the eye. I mean, you're blinded on one side. You can't see him coming. That's very, very dangerous for a fighter. So, you know, they have to stop it. Unfortunately, it's not one of those things that you can just let go.
Yep, and the Dr. Goodman of the Nevada Athletic Commission doing a great job making a call, because heaven forbid something should ever happen in a derogatory or dangerous fashion to one of our fighters. This is a great competition. It's hand-to-hand combat, but at the very end, it is about the safety of our fighters, and it's a great decision that has been made. Joe Rogan with our new light heavyweight champion.
I'm here with the new light heavyweight champion, Vitor Belfort. Vitor, first of all, congratulations. Now, I know you didn't want to win that fight that way, and I know right now it's got to be very difficult for you to celebrate with all that's going on in your life.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank God, Jesus, who brought me here. All these things I went to my life, my personal life, the glory go all to Jesus. And I know it's kind of hard to celebrate. You know, it's a cut. Randy, it wasn't his fault and it wasn't my fault. It's happened, it's fighting. I feel so bad for winning the fight, that situation too, that happened. I know all the crowd, all the viewers didn't like the fight, but I was here prepared for the 5 rounds. I trained hard. You know I didn't expect to win that way. I love Randy. Randy is such a good fighter, such a good champion, and I feel bad just to this happened in the fight. I didn't want to hurt him and nobody. I just want to come here, do my best. But I want to thank all my trainers, Leonardo, my wife, Ulysses, my mom, my father, and I want to dedicate this fight for my sister and for my wife. I just got married, and I know wasn't that way. I didn't want to win the fight that way.
Well, we know you didn't do it. It's not your purpose to do that, and just one of the things that happens when people fight. Congratulations, and look, there's always another rematch. You could always have an actual fight.
He deserves it. Randy's still a champion for me. He always will be a champion, and I didn't want to win the fight in this situation, but it's happened.
Things happen, and now you're the champion, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mike.
Tonight we celebrate the unexpected, if you will. As I said at the very top of the show, two men came in as long and nearly unchallenged champions. Randy the Natural Couture and Matt Hughes. The two men they fought tonight were fighters that we thought would be champions many months or years ago. And tonight, Vitor Belfort and BJ Penn both leave the octagon with belts around their waist for the first time in their fighting careers. For more on the medical condition, at least what we know prematurely on Randy Couture, let's check back in with my partner, Joe Rogan.
Thanks, Mike. I'm here with Dr. Goodman. Dr. Goodman, please explain to us what the injury was to Randy's eye.
Randy damaged the lower eyelid, tore through the eyelid completely, exposing the eye. That will have to go to an operating room, and it'll have to be done as soon as possible, or the eye could be irreparably damaged.
Okay, well, you heard it here. Good stoppage. Thank you very much. And fighter safety is always our primary concern. Back to you, Mike.
Your website of choice is UFC.tv. And all it was a night where new champions were awarded. We saw submissions, we saw new men come on the scene. Who thought that Lee Murray, the battling Brit, who loves to throw it, would win by submission? As he said, I am here to hit, and I am a hit. He called out Tito Ortiz. Tito's got somebody else on his mind first, obviously. Our executive producer, Stephen Tornabene. Eddie Bravo did a great job tonight, but we never got to the place where Eddie could help us score the fight. That will come. Bruce Connell, our producer. Anthony Giordano, our director. Many worked so hard to bring this great production, including Al Connell, our coordinating producer. The fights were electrifying. The end was disappointing, but these two will learn to fight another night. And although if you take anything from this evening, it is that little crazy Hawaiian is now at the top of the food chain. Vitor Belfort, it ended in a way that he did not see happening. Randy Couture definitely did not see this ending. We hope that Randy's vision is straight and that we can get the straight battle as it should be somewhere down the road. And all a wonderful night here at Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. For everyone who makes the Ultimate Fighting Championship happen, Mike Goldberg saying enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday as we have hit Super Bowl Saturday for the first time. I have a feeling Saturday will soon be our day of choice. Congratulations to Belfort and Penn. This has been a Zuffa Sports production.